Hi guys, we're in the kitchen today. Holy moly. This is the scary part of ET. Trying to cook and hold knives and things. Hey Shelley, how are you, dear? It always scares me coming in the kitchen. So we're going to make curried sausages today. I've already just boiled the sausages. I've just tipped them out, but I'm going to have to cut them all up. They're hot. I'll leave them for a second. What I do first is cut up carrot and celery. Now, our shop sells it like this, which to me is easier. It's sort of half cut for me. And I'm not wasting the whole bunch and the whole bag of carrots and celery. So I saw this today and thought that should do me for the pot that I need. So we're making a big pot. Yay, cooking. Oh, I'm good, thank you. The knives I use are just a little stubby one and a serrated steak knife. I can't use longer knives. I can't use the chef knives. I don't have 27 knives in my knife collection. This one I find is easier because it's right in my hand. I can control it. This chopping board really helps me because it's got me at my right height. So I've just got to sort of dice these up. It doesn't matter what size. If I don't take the knife away and my hand off the board, I'll be right. If I take my knife away, my hand off the board, that's when I have trouble. But if I keep it right there and I just slide it up over the piece, I can get it. It doesn't stop my head from going and everything else, but we get there. So I'm cooking up a big batch because I'm going to give half of it to my brother and my sister-in-law that live down the other end of our house. So as you can see, this is just easier for me. It's already sort of half pre-cut. I'm just cutting them. So has the eclipse happened yet? It's all overcast here. I haven't seen it go dark for a little bit. It's midday. They said about after 11:30 it was supposed to happen, but we didn't see anything. As you can see, it's a miserable day out there. It's not going to rain yet, but there's clouds everywhere. You can't see blue in the sky at all, so I don't know whether it happened or not. I'll see on the news tonight. No, I won't, because I don't like watching the news. It's too depressing. So there's no uniform sizes to my cooking. 12:30 my time, 11:30 in Adelaide, but you said nothing. Well, you may even see it because that window behind me may go dark for a second. I don't, it should, because it's still glary under the clouds where we are, so we should still see something. You guys will see it. Wow. What about Melbourne? Melbourne's the same time as Sydney. Adelaide's an hour behind us. It's 11:34, very overcast, quite bright. So. Yeah, it's bright here too, but you can't see blue. It's all just clouds everywhere. But that was cool when Lou said that last night in the live that he's having the eclipse tonight. And it's actually, America's having the night eclipse and we're having the day eclipse. So that was pretty cool. So keep an eye on that window over my shoulder. You may see something. So just get some more carrots out. I'm making a big boiler with like 2 kilos of sausages, so I'm going to need a fair bit. When I cook, because we had 5 kids, I always used to cook boilers of everything. Now when I cook, I still find it hard to cook for just 2. We always have leftovers. Hi, Lushy Marina, how are you? Yes, cooking today. I promised my brother I'd make a big batch of curried sausages today for him, and I thought, well, if I come on to, because we finished the little Magic Gate dome last night, I didn't really like that kit. It wasn't what I thought it would be. And I was looking at it last night. The scale of the stuff, I can't show you now because it's in my room, but the scale of the stuff wasn't right to the scale of the walls. Like, the stuff is this little on the bottom and then it's got these giant walls, and I thought they could have done a lot more with the space. I'm an interior designer now too. Have no idea what I'm talking about, but yeah, I don't know about that kit. And I thought, well, we could come on and start one, and then I'm going to have to cook anyway, so why not come on and do the cooking with you guys? And then if I come on tonight, I'm not sure if I'll be on tonight. I've got to find out about 5 o'clock this afternoon whether I'm going to have the grandkids again tonight or not. So if you follow me, you'll get a notification if I'm on tonight. And we're going to start the new one tonight. Now, we thought they were little tiny mini eggs, but they're not. They're actually tiny, what do you call them? Tiny displays in walnut shells. Not normal size walnut shells. But I'll show you in a minute because I've got it here with me. And to start it, whether I start it tonight with you guys or tomorrow night, I'm going to have to pre-cut all the cutouts first. So I brought it out with me today to show you what I've got to do first. But I had a look, and I tell you, it's tiny. The cutouts are probably the tiniest I've ever had to cut out, and there's a lot of tiny, tiny cutouts. And I really struggled last night because when I get a kit, I've got to look at it and think, okay, that's how they do it now. How do I do it? Because I can't always do it the way. And when I looked at the cutouts, I thought, how am I going to cut that? And I even ran through my head, because with all my pairs of scissors that I have, they cut differently, and I've worked out how they cut differently. And also when I cut, if I've got a line to cut, say that long, and my scissors are this long, I pull my scissors back so that I judge it so the end of my scissors is at the end of that cut. So I'm not halfway cutting to get to the end of the point, because if I do, I could jerk and tremor and cut through that. So I always pull my scissors back to make sure. You wait till you see these colours. I'll do them in a minute. I'll just do a couple more of each, and then I'll get it out and show you, because I thought I'm going to have to do it with the knife, and then I thought I can't do it with the knife, and I was running through my head with all my different pairs of scissors which ones were going to be the sharpest blade to be able to cut these tiny things out. And it's not just pick up a pair of scissors and go for me. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of thinking and planning ahead before I build these. You just don't realise just how much extra thinking goes into my builds. Yeah, will that be enough? What I'm going to try today, there's only a few more. Let's do them all. Let's do them all. Let's go see. As I said, if I keep my hand on the board and I don't take it off, I can control the knife. I'm just picking it up and dropping it. Wherever it lands is where it cuts. And I can only use these little knives. I can't. Could you imagine me with a longer knife? I'd cut fingers off, arms off, limbs off, legs off, feet. Drop it on my foot. Making an edible mini house out of food. What a brilliant... Oh, Lee, that... We're into it now, aren't we? If we're building it out of food. That is dedicated. I said last night on my live, I've barred myself. I'm not allowed to buy anymore. I wrote out my labels of my kits to put in my little container where I pick out what kit we're going to do next. And between the houses, the 3D wooden puzzles and the mini Legos, I've got over 50 kits waiting, so I'm barred now. I'm not, don't tell me any more sales, don't tell me any more, don't send me any more photos of cool kits. I'm barred. I'm in DIY dollhouse jail at the moment, I think. I'm in the naughty corner. Time out. When I saw how many, I thought, oh, you've got to stop. Just stop. All right, let's just... Actually, I can pour it straight into the pot. Because all we're going to do in the pot, I'm just going to dump... I don't measure, I just do it. I'm just going to dump this whole butter in. I'll cut it up a little bit first. You have any more roller kits to build? Oh, yes, I do. And I've got more on the way, and oh, I'm just naughty. I've got to stop. But you see them, and that, like I said before, you know, if you see a kit and it's expensive, just wait. Keep checking it if you really want a kit, because it will come on special eventually. Now, don't drop this. I already am. Just trying to get it. Got it. All right. Next thing I'm going to do, onion, but I've bought one of these 2-in-1 pull choppers. And what you do is I'm supposed to just cut the onion up a bit, put it in here, and pull this, and it's supposed to chop it for me. So I haven't used anything like this before, so we'll see how we go. See how we go. I don't need that bowl now. What I do want to do is just drop a couple of these stock cubes in here just to melt for a bit before I need them. We'll put a few in because we've got a big pot. I've got to cut up all those sausages in a minute. I'm using a different type of sausages this morning, and I don't know whether I've got to skin them or not. Normally for my curried sausages, I just use the cheapo sausages, that, you know, the ones that you can get. there's something in there and I do like look at. Oh, let's do this one. Oh, my hands are all slippery. Come on, mate. Now this is a brilliant thing. I'll just turn you around a sec. This contraption. It's a hot water dispenser. So instead of boiling the jug and pouring the jug, which is really dangerous, this, you just fill it up at the back, 2 litres of water it takes, and I just unlock it and dispense, and 98 degrees Celsius hot water comes out straight away. You'll see the steam come up in a minute. So this is how I make my coffees now, and I don't have to worry about burning myself pouring the kettles and that. I can just stand back and let it go. Press it again, it'll stop. So I'm just going to let them sit for a second while we do this. So the only knives I can use is the little stumpy one. I'll bring you back now. And a serrated steak knife. They're the ones that I use for cooking all the time, and that's all I can use. I don't like round things because they wobble. Once again, my arms are tied in on my body. Come on. Hi, Trace. It's called, hi, Kelly. It's called a hot water dispenser. And no, Trace, I'm making curried sausages. A big, huge batch to be able to feed the fam for a couple of nights. But as you can see, with the central tremors, it makes it a bit difficult. But we get there in the end. This is how... I've had 5 kids now, I've got 4 grandkids, and this is how I've had to cook for 7 for a lot of years. But I get it done. I just tell everyone, get out of the kitchen, don't watch me, and I can get it done. But now you guys are watching me, so here we go. Yes, so that is called a hot water dispenser. I just found it by chance in our local Kmart store. $69 they were, and they're just brilliant. As I said, at the back it's just a container that you lift up. So you take, I'll turn you again. Let's see. So you just take this off, it just sits on there. Pull this up, that's where the water sits. You just fill that up, sit it back on there, put that on, and you're away. It's got 4 different temperatures, so it's got 25 degrees, 70 degrees, 85 degrees, and 98 degrees. And then it's got 3 different sizes on this side as well. That's the unlock and that's the dispense, and that's how easy it is. You don't have to hook anything up to it. You just plug it in and go. And it's brilliant. I'll make a coffee very soon and you'll be able to see that it's just, for me, it's easy. Press a button and go is what I need, rather than trying to lift up a jug, pour a jug. It's too dangerous. I can't do that crap. Can't do that crap anymore. You're so welcome, and I hope it helps someone. I ended up buying my parents' one because my parents have ET as well. And they're in their 70s now, and they think it's the best thing they've ever seen. I bought all my kids one for Christmas. I thought, gee, you know, this thing's brilliant. And 2 of my kids have got young babies, so it's brilliant for heating up their bottles. They've got instant hot water in the middle of the night. They don't have to worry about waiting for that kettle to boil because a lot of people don't like putting their bottles in microwaves and things. So it's a brilliant idea. Now, I think this is cut up enough. I haven't used one of these contraptions before, so I don't know how many times. It's just it got me. I'm crying. It's just a pull string thing, but I'll bring the sausages over in a minute. I've got to cut all of them up. I've already boiled them. But this thing. So that blade is a square. We've got to put this square in that square. Okay. And then all we have to do, it says, is pull. That first one was tough. Oh, look, it's doing it. Get big ones down. And this was just from Kmart too. I think it was only like, it wasn't March. I think it was like $5 or something. And look, that's diced it all. Oh. See, I've got to look for things like this. Instead, I just get in and do it. There are some big pieces still, but I don't want to go too small because I'll end up mincing it, and I don't want it minced. It's probably a bit too small for the curried sausages anyway. Let's get some of these. Let's get that out before I slice and dice myself. I'll get some. It's making me cry again. It was like starting a lawnmower. That first pull was tough, but we got there. But at least it saved me that job. Normally, to cut an onion, it's just slow. I've got to cut a red onion for something else as well, so I might even cut one with a knife for you. It's just very slow, like millimetre by millimetre, inch through it. Because if I go too fast, I'm just going to slice my hands off. Like, hard things are tougher because you've got to put more force into your push, and that's not good with trimmers. Because you push too hard and your trimmers take off and say, yeah, here we go. It's my turn. Now I can see some bigger bits. I'll just get them out. I don't even like onion normally, but in meals like this, you've got to. But I don't want a big mouthful of it. I've got onion everywhere now. It would have been easier with me cutting it myself. It would have been cleaner. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to go blow this nose because I'm just crying. Excuse me for a second. God, onions are so powerful, aren't they? Sorry, but I have to go make breakfast lunch because I woke up not too long ago, so enjoy your meal later. Thank you, sweetheart. It is, isn't it? Like I said, I came on Shaking Ann one day and someone said I was pouring the kettle to make a coffee, and someone said, what about a hot water dispenser? And I thought it was something that you needed to hook up, or, you know, have your hose, put pipes and that to it, but it's not, which is cool. Alright, it's still going. Now, what's next? I've got to cut up these sausages. I've pre-boiled them already. Bowl back in. Alright, we'll put them into here because we're going to cook this first. Or while I'm cutting them ready to put it in. I'll move you over at the stove when I have to go over there. You have a nice day too, Lushy Marito. Take care, my friend. We'll see you soon, hopefully. Alright. See how hot they are. No. Manageable now. So I just slice them. As I said, they're new sausages, so I don't know whether... The other ones I used to use in these, I just go for the cheaper packs, the mouldy packs. But the other ones used to have real thick skin that would come off, and I'd have to peel them. But these ones look good. I don't have to peel these. Just roughly. And then we'll go over to the stove and put it all together. The longest part is all this cutting up, of course. And it's cool because it's only one pot. Like, the pot is what I boiled the sausages in. Now I've put all the stuff in it. Well, one pot, but you're using a strainer and you're using a couple of bowls. There's one pot to cook it all. I hope these skins don't come off in the cooking. Have you ever made a gingerbread house during the holiday? No, I haven't. I got the kids to do one when they were young, but I didn't help them. I just stood back and directed them into it because I know that stuff's too thin for me. I'd just smash it in half or break a wall or... So no, I've stayed away from gingerbread houses. I've still got to show you that other house that we're going to start and how small it is. I still keep going back to it in my head thinking, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? I mean, like the happy birthday banner. Okay, it's all little triangles I've got to cut out that in a row that say happy birthday. But they're like, the whole point of each triangle is like 2 millimeters long. And you've got to try and keep them joined. Things like that, like how... There's a little leaf I've got to cut out that's like 1 millimeter. It's just like a little dot on the paper. There's a butterfly that I've got to cut out. Now, I've already cut out a butterfly once before. For Kitten Diary it was. On the little basket up on the swinging chair. And I cut the 2 of them out, but I only needed 1. And I'm sure I've got one already cut out somewhere. that I could reuse. Hi, Shona. We're making curried sausages today. I was going to come on and start a new house, but I thought I've got to cook this anyway, so why not come on and do a little cooking one with you today. But the only way I'm able to do all this, as you see, I'm flying through. Shaking away, but I'm flying through. Not shaking away as much. If I took this board away, I would have a lot more trouble because I'm down here on the bench. My son-in-law has made me this chopping board, and it's about 1 inch or 2 inches high, and it gets me right to my height. So if I put my hands down, same as when I'm building the house, I've only got my shaky fingers to contend with. And if I keep the knife right there, don't move my hands, I'm only just lifting it up and putting it down. I move the food into my knife, I don't move my knife. So my knife stays here and this hand feeds the food into me. So that's just the way, I mean, having ET all my life, I've had to work out ways to do it. And having 5 kids and having to cook for 7 of us with Shane and I, as well as the 5 kids, I had to learn how to do the cooking. I was the mum. They don't give us personal chefs, unfortunately. So even when I move over, I still have my arm there because I know the knife's safe there, and I know I'm not going to... If I move my arm off my body, I've got to watch the knife because I could stab myself. You never know where it's going to be. Oh, you're coming over for dinner, Em? If that's my Emily... Is that my Emily? We've still got yours and Riley's Easter eggs here too. I should have given them to Dad to take him to work for you today. Oh, does Shane ever cook or does he just watch? Shane tries to cook. In the end, I end up taking over because he just throws everything in. He just, oh yeah, what about a bit of this? And we'll put a bit of this and we'll put, and I just rack off. Get out. Get out. It is indeed. Hello, darling. There's my daughter, Emily. Come get them when I come over for dinner. Well, I'm making this big batch because I've told Uncle Dean that he won't have to cook for the next couple of nights. I'll make him some curried sausages. And Dad for night shift over the weekend. So you better hurry up, doll, or it'll be all gone. You know how the curried sausages goes damn fast. He tries. He does try. Normally when he's drunk, which is worse, isn't it, Em? He gets in the kitchen when he's, oh, cook, don't worry about it, oh, cook. And you're like, oh, my God, get out of the kitchen. You're going to kill yourself. Do some damage. So that's all that sausage is done. Now what? Now we're putting it all together. I'm going to have to move yous, and he's not trusted on the barbecue. No, he's not trusted on the barbecue. He burns everything on the barbecue. The kids have to cook, or I have to cook on the barbecue. You made curry last night, Shana? Is your kitchen mat feeling like a craft one? It needs to be, but no, it's just one of those plastic boards. It's got scratches all over it. But that's what I ended up using. One of these boards with all the old scratches on it from all the cuts. I use one of these for my painting mat for my doll houses because it's brilliant. Nothing sticks to it. The paint can stay all over it. Who cares? It's got cuts all over it anyway, so we're not trying to save it in any way. And yeah, it works brilliantly. So I'm going to move this over here so I can get a bit closer to the stove now. Hold on, it'll be an earthquake. You ready? All right. That'll do us, won't it? Yeah. Okay. The big thing is I'm hoping this stove don't run out of gas while I'm cooking this. No, my luck, that's what'll happen. So this has just got the onions, carrot, celery and butter in it at the moment. When that all melts down, then I don't do measurements. This is just my my nan's old recipe, and I've just worked it to my recipe, how I can do it. And it's just slap everything together and hope for the best. And I like these big pots because I can't be flicking everything everywhere when it's this thick. We've got the flour, the curry powder, corn flour if I need it later. I don't like onion, but I do like it cooking, the smell of it. It makes it smell like you're cooking a fancy meal with onions. It's just basic old curry sausages. Did you see the emoji they made for your mum? No, where's my emoji? Who made an emoji? An MRI saying they told me my results would take 1 to 2 weeks to send the GP and my surgeon. My GP sent me a message saying the scans were there on the same day. Oh, you're trying not to worry. Oh, it is a worry when they call you in, isn't it? When I hope you get to see him soon then. And not, they're going to make you wait forever. So we'll put the butter's nearly melted. Then we've got to put the flour in to make that roux thing. And then I put the curry powder in just so that it you cook out a bit of the curry, and then we put the sausages in and then the stock. And then that's all she wrote, just let it cook. Simmer for hours, let it sit here as long as it wants to reduce the liquid a bit and make it a bit thicker. And at the end I put corn flour in if I need it. Most of the time I don't need it because it's thick enough with the flour and things I put in. The onions are cooked a bit. I wish you could smell this. My appointment is next Wednesday. It's a shaking head. Where's that on here? How do I find that? It just come up with 3 X's and 1 sort of X in a box in front of it's a shaking head then M, so it's not coming through to me. Now I'm putting it all in because as I said, I don't measure, I just, there's enough flour in here that'll soak all this up, yeah. We just let that cook a bit, cook the flour out, so that's roux up, like, is that what it's called? Making a roux with the butter and the flour. It's all over that stuff, but that's not right. Now, a shake could make the whole container come out. We've got to be careful. well, we don't have to be careful. We put enough in, but I don't want a big clump coming in. Cook this a bit. I'll throw the sausages in then the liquid. Then we'll just cover it to where it covers the sausages. Just a touch more. Up. It's pot handles. Alright, throw these in. Get some more liquid in a second. And we've got to get all that flour and everything off the bottom. Need a tea towel to hold the pot. You're thinking, what's it going to get? Buddy. The witch's brew. I can feel the crunchy on the bottom still where the curry powder and flour and that stuck to the bottom a bit, so I'm just scraping it up. It's not a phone emoji, it's with the new Apple update. Maybe your phone hasn't updated yet. Oh, probably not. He's a TikTok celebrity with 54,000. I know, she should be sending them all over to me now. It was when she was younger and at school and doing her dancing and things. Now she's an electrician in the mines. Not much dancing down there, Dale. Underground. What's the time? What are you doing? Are you pit top today? You must be. You wouldn't have your phone underground talking to me. That's why I said, is that my end? I thought you're underground today. She's probably up in the control room sitting next to her dad. He's at work today too. He's on pit top on the surface in the control room, and she's an electrician underground. So as you can see, that flour and that has thickened it up nicely already. Now I'll just let it simmer, and the look at that, simmer and get thicker again. And if I need to, half of the time I don't put corn flour in, but the bottom now is all nice and crunchy anymore. I've made sure I've used the spoon edge all around the edges as well. Oh, this could have been a cooking lesson for you, Em. Oh, she gone back to work now. She's pretending she forgot she just got busted, did she? Alright, let's let that sit there. I'll bring it up to the boil, then I'll give it a work it out from there. I'll put that on yet. Let's clean this up. Oh, you stopped me for I'll bring it over and I'm going to make a coffee and then we're going to have a look at this new kit. Do you run on gas bottle or mains? You did. So about running out of gas. Bottle, because the only gas is the stove top. The inside of the oven's electric, but the top is gas. And this is the first house I've ever... We put this stove in. We did this kitchen up already. And because I need the bigger stove for the 7 of us, but I've never cooked with gas before and I really don't like it. Especially with my hands around with my hands around flames just isn't a good thing. I'm going to move you back over here. Hold on. Hold on. Whoop. I dropped you. Alright. Let's bring this over so I can see. So I'm going to make a coffee. I'll just get my milk out. And see, even at home, I've got to have a lid. I can't not have a lid. I can't carry a coffee cup around the house. This is just soy milk, not because I need it, just because I like the taste of it. And then I find it easier too to use the satchels of cappuccino. Now, people say caffeine and that triggers tremors, but I always have I always ask for half strength cappuccinos, or even this. These are skim cappuccinos, or cappuccino skim. And in a cup this big, it lessens I don't like strong coffee. Even if I have a normal coffee, decaf, I only use like half a teaspoon of coffee. I don't like strong coffee anyway. So maybe that's why I can drink coffee and it doesn't bother me. But I can't, and look at this, it's pouring my water fully. I can go and stir this. Turn it down here, so it's real thick. So that's just pouring my coffee for me while I'm cooking. All I've got to do is give it a little stir and put my lid on and it's done. And that's why I love this thing. It's just, you can give it a stir while it's in there. And it stops perfectly for this height. But if I want to stop it earlier, I can just press that button and it'll stop. Done. And that's because it's on the large cup. So there's a small, medium and large cup. I think it's like 250 mil, 300 mil and then 500 mil. So this is the 500 mil, these cups. And to put lids on, I put the lid on and then I twist the bottom. I hold the lid. Then I've got full control. I'm pressing down, it's not going anywhere. And I've also got my hand around the base and I do the lids up like that. This one as well, when I'm carrying it around the house, I can put the lid down, which helps me as well. It's just the hassle of drinking it then. Let's have a look at this kit now. It scared me. when I looked at it last night. So these little kits, we thought they were eggs, but they're actually Seed World miniature scenes from walnut shells. So these are walnut shells, not eggs. I'll just give this another. I've turned it right down, but it's going in thick mode at the moment, so. I'm going to move over to my little one and turn it right down there. Because everything's basically cooked. And I always put the lid just ajar the other way, not this way, or it'll, if it bubbles over, it's going all over the floor. I put it that way so it bubbles all over the stove. I can clean it up easier. So the one we picked out last night was this Sweet Party, it's called, and it's a little birthday party. This is the little book here. So in the front of this, in all of them, because I've got all 6, of course, I can't help myself, that opens up and there's a surprise behind that in every one as well. So you can open it up. In this one, it'll be a little present and a little wand and a few other wands on it as well. That's what's behind that. So when I had a look, it's all tiny, of course. And the first things is you're going to start off with building the shells. So these are the size of the shell that the whole kit's going to go in. It doesn't even come to my first knuckle. They're the little rabbits that are in each one. So tiny, tiny. But the cutouts is the thing. So I thought before I come on, I'm not sure if I'll be coming on tonight. If you follow me, you'll get a notification. But I'm going to have to cut all these out and get the templates out as well and cut all those, because I could just keep going. I don't know how long these... My miniature domes only take me 1 live to do, but I'm not sure. I haven't made one of these before. And look at these tiny, tiny little things. Look at this banner. Like, look how tiny. How am I going to cut in between them and keep them in one piece? I can't. Yeah, oopsie, Shelley, that's right. Thanks very much. I'm not listening to you anymore. Get the eggs. They're so cute. So I don't know how I'm going to cut into them. I thought maybe with the knife, but even with the knife, trying to get my point right in the middle of all those little triangles, and like, where is it? Look at this little leaf down here I've got to cut out, a little green leaf. I'm just going to use an artificial leaf for that. Even these stars and the butterfly, that's a bit bigger than the last butterfly I had to cut out, so I might be right with that. These are branches. I'm just going to use artificial branches for those. And these tiny things as well. So I'm going to struggle with that. The templates. Hang on, I can get this bubbling. Just got to keep scraping the bottom, making sure it's not sticking and... This could be ready whenever I want it to, but I'm going to let it cook a bit more. I should taste the sauce. I don't like tasting things all burning. So the templates. There's all these materials and things to cut out. So this is like the pink I don't know, it's fluffy on this side, but it's like sheer and shiny on this side. So that's that template up there. The brown crepe paper and the green grass. And this is the plastic for the window. Now there's also a bit of either side Velcro as well that I've got to cut a circle out of this and a circle to the other side of the Velcro. And that's what's going to stick the two shelves together, the Velcro, which is cool. And the ribbon's going to allow you to open it up and be the hinges and that too. So if I get all these out, I'll be able to cut out and then we'll just go from there and see how we go. But they are cute though, you'll be fine. You do amazing work on these. Yeah, thanks, Shelley. If I don't like it, you're getting the other 5 in the mail. Yeah. You've done it to me. You've done it to me. You deserve to have some fun too. I don't, that dome I made last night, I don't think I'll buy another one of those. I just, like I said, the scale just wasn't right. It just doesn't look right. Looks like a big, just empty glass bowl. So, no, I'm not buying another one of those. I'm glad I didn't get the whole set of those. These I got the whole set of, so if I don't like the first one, then Shelley's getting the rest. So they're the trouble I'm going to have, that cutout. I've done tiny before, but not, like some of those are just ridiculous. So that's the kit we're going to start either tonight or tomorrow night. You'll be getting it. 5 of them. So I suppose that dome taught me a lesson that don't buy the whole set unless you work out whether you like them or not. But then, like the tins and these eggs, we thought, I did buy the whole lot. I don't think that dome goes in the category of the book nook that I didn't like, but it just doesn't look right. It's not a, I don't know, it's not a kit that you would be excited to show someone. I don't know. Well, yeah, I suppose so, but it just, yeah, you know what I mean. It just doesn't look right. So these curried sausages are nearly done, guys. Which means I'm nearly out of here. Because I want to show you. They're looking good, you watch this. Hang on, you're going to fall. Nice and thick, look at that. Oh, yummy. It's thick and I think I'll be needing cornflour in this batch. I'm going to have to taste the sauce, make sure it's not floury tasting or curry tasting. It shouldn't be because I burnt those out at first. But I've got my brother having some of this batch. So if it doesn't taste right, he'll be on to me. Because he'll be my biggest critic. Oh, good on you. Thought you could cook. You know what brothers are like. Oh no, it's good. No flour taste, no curry taste. Well, there's the curry taste, but it's not over curry. I'm on a winner. So that is how easy it is to cook curried sausages, guys. Don't be scared. And especially in winter, I love cooking up these big batches in winter. Then, you know, you put it in the freezer, freeze some for a cold night. And the house now just smell good all night and all day tomorrow too. But yum. So I hope that was an easy recipe for you. Just celery, carrots, onions. Throw them in a pot with some butter. Boil the sausages first, cut them up. Throw the onions, carrots, celery in a pot with some butter. Throw some flour in there to soak up the butter, make that roux. Throw the curry powder in there to cook off the flour and cook off the curry powder a bit. Throw your sausages in, bring stock up just to where the sausages sit. I'm telling you guys. And it's an hour and it's cooked. And that's all the prepping and everything too. I've only been on an hour, so hopefully that's a good meal for you. Just make the portion that you need. I don't use ingredients, I just work it out. Oh yeah, that'll do. So just use the portion you need. You could even make this with 3 sausages. Quite easy. Just put in what you need, but yum, we'll be right now. All right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you for today. I'm not sure if I'll be on tonight. I'm not going to know until about 5 o'clock with whether I've got my grandkids tonight or not. So if I'm not on tonight, I'll be on tomorrow night because tomorrow is Friday and I have my Facebook Live tomorrow. Well, replaying one of my old ones, but I've got to organise all that and set that up. So if I don't come on tonight to start this kit, it'll be tomorrow night. Now, this is a cute room kit. And the instructions are, even though it's got Chinese all around it, the instructions are in English. So, yeah, we'll see how we go. The little mini domes only used to take me 1 live to build. I don't know how long these will. They don't look too difficult. Difficult parts the cutting out. Have a great day, guys. It's 1 o'clock, so we didn't see the eclipse through that window, so I don't know. It's really overcast here today. We can't see any blue, so we may have missed it. May still be coming, who knows. Have a great day or night, guys. If I don't see you tonight, I'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll start on this little one. Bye, guys. Love you all. Take care. Stay safe.